There are civilizations that built their legacy on palaces of gold and walls of stone, monuments to their own power that eventually crumbled into dust. But there is one civilization that did not build upon the earth. They built upon the sky itself. They carved their temples into living peaks, split cliffs with geometric precision that defies the tools of their time, and guarded their valleys with spirits older than written history. Hidden among these vertical worlds are places so strange, so impossibly suspended between the physical realm and the domain of myth, that even modern science steps back in silence. Today, we are not merely traveling. We are ascending into the 30 mountains that define a world few travelers ever see. A realm where the air is thin, the legends are thick, and the boundary between man and God dissolves into the mist. Welcome to the China you will not find in any guidebook. A land where the earth reaches up to kiss the heavens, and the heavens bow down to embrace the stone. Our journey begins in the mist-shrouded archipelagos of the East, where the sea does not merely lap against the shore, but crashes against the very teeth of the earth. Imagine standing before vertical limestone massifs that rise from the sapphire abyss, like shattered fragments of a forgotten world. Their sheer faces have been etched by the salt-laden breath of the primordial ocean, creating a landscape so dramatic it feels as though the gods themselves took a hammer to the crust of the planet. Here, clinging to the rock like ivory bird nests built by spirits rather than men, are the dwellings of the Bahai Kubo and Bahai Nabato. The atmosphere here is heavy, thick with the scent of ancient brine and moss, a perfume of eternity that fills the lungs and clears the mind. This is a realm where the Creator's architectural will is revealed in its most daunting form, a testament to unyielding verticality amidst the roaring surf. Legend whispers through the wind of a celestial artisan who, during a great flood decreed by the heavens, sought to save the most faithful souls. It is said he wove their dwellings directly into the mountain spine, using vines that had grown for 10,000 years to tether the wooden frames to the stone. He created a sanctuary where the mortal heart could beat closer to the stars, far above the chaos of the rising waters. The silvered planks and aged red tiles you see today are not mere building materials. They are the petrified remnants of divine protection, ensuring that even as the world below shifted in turmoil, these nests remained anchored to the eternal bone of the mountain. The dizzying drop into the turquoise abyss acts as a spiritual furnace, where the fear of the fall serves as an instrument of divine purification. The mist rising from the sea is the mountain's continuous prayer, washing away the karmic dust of those who dwell between the solid rock and the infinite sky. Every rustle of the palm leaves, every creak of the timber in the wind is a decree from the sovereign, reminding the soul that life is a delicate balance, fielding to the storm while remaining unbroken by its fury. Travel now to another isolated bastion, where monolithic limestone precipices rise like petrified titans from the sapphire depths of the southern seas. Their vertical faces bear the scars of the relentless hammer of the tides, and the corrosive breath of the great beginning. This place stands as a silent sentinel against the infinite horizon, a fortress where the sovereign's architectural will is revealed through stark, unyielding peaks amidst the roaring surf. The air here is thick with the scent of brine and primordial stone, creating a theater of raw, ancient power that vibrates in your very bones. Legend whispers of a celestial guardian who, moved by the chaos of the rising tides, cast her jade hairpin into the waves to anchor the spirit of the shifting ocean. It is said that the hairpin transformed into this jagged island, a forbidden sanctuary where the currents are bound by divine decree. The traditional thatched dwellings scattered across the cliffs are the nests of spirit guardians who took human form, choosing to live between the sky and the salt spray to protect the ocean's secret, pulse from the corruption of the world for eternity. The rhythmic pounding of waves against the stone serves as a continuous instrument of divine purification, washing away the echoes of mortal sorrow before they can reach these lofty eaves. These straw houses are physical manifestations of the Tao, yielding to the storm yet remaining unbroken, a testament to the resilience of life within the mountain's stern authority. Every gust of wind whistling through the timber is a divine decree, stripping away the heat of earthly desire to leave only the clarity of the infinite. Here, you learn that true strength is not in resisting the wind, but in bending with it until the storm passes, leaving you standing taller than before. Our journey then takes us high into the emerald massifs of remote highlands, where peaks rise in silent succession, draped in a celestial shroud of white clouds that veil the secrets of the primordial world. In this vast theater of stone and forest, the atmosphere is heavy with a peace so absolute it feels as though fevery breath of the earth has paused to witness the majesty of the great beginning. Here, the sovereign's design is revealed through the daunting height and thesacred isolation that shields this realm from the dusty clamor of the mortal plains. Legend whispers of the twin stars of the hearth, two celestial spirits who begged the Jade Emperor to relinquish their immortality for a life of shared silence amidst these peaks. It is said they were granted this high-altitude haven as an eternal reward for guarding the mountain's inner pulse against the encroaching chaos of the world below. Their humble dwelling is not merely wood and stone. It is a physical manifestation of a divine promise, proving that true wealth is found in the simple harmony between the soul and the ancient forest. The shifting white mists act as a shroud of purification, washing away the karmic echoes of the lower world before they can touch this sanctuary of peace. This absolute stillness is a divine decree, a test for the spirit to find its center within the vast orchestration of the forest and the infinite sky. In this sacred space, the bond between the elderly couple and their modest home is a prayer in motion, demonstrating that the human spirit finds its truest purpose when it aligns with the rhythmic pulse of the Tao. To stand here is to understand that solitude is not loneliness, but a profound connection to the universe itself. Descending from the clouds, we find ourselves in the misty riverbanks of Fujian, where the Wuyi Mountains rise as a spectacular, Dangsha landform defined by 36 jagged peaks and the winding Nineben stream. Geologically, these red sandstone monoliths are the result of 80 million years of tectonic uplift and water erosion, a slow and violent dance that shaped the Earth into a cathedral of red rock. The air here is heavy with the fragrance of dahongpa tea and whetstone, where the silence is a physical weight that presses against the chest. It is a vertical world of deep ravines where the Earth reveals its raw mineral muscles to the humid sky. The spirits of this place whisper the tragic story of Yunu, a celestial maiden who descended to the mortal realm and fell in love. With a humble youth named Da Wang, their union was an act of absolute defiance against the celestial laws that forbade the mixing of divine and earthly blood. An envious iron slab demon, seeking to claim the maiden for himself, blocked their path to the heavens and sowed betrayal between the two worlds. This was a war for the ultimate freedom of the heart. The demon's curse petrified the lovers just as they reached for each other across the river. Yunu was transformed into the slender Jade Maiden Peak, her graceful form forever gazing across the water at Da Wang, who became the massive, towering iron slab peak. They stand in a state of terminal longing, separated by the very stream they once crossed together. The jagged cliffs are the marks of the demon's rage, forever anchoring their spirits in a prison of unyielding and ancient stone. As purple twilight engulfs the peaks, the Jade Maiden looks like a spectral silhouette guarding the secrets of the tea gardens. The reflection of the red cliffs in the water creates a haunting twin, connecting the physical earth to the fluid void of the deep. This vigil offers a meditation on the permanence of sacrifice and the cost of forbidden love. It reminds us that some bonds are so powerful, they reshape the very skin of the planet under the stars. Further inland, rising from the lush highlands of Anhui, Mount Juhua stands as a spectacular granite massif defined by its 99 peaks and spiritual magnitude. Geologically, it is a landscape of ancient tectonic pressure and humid erosion, where the granite has been ground down to reveal the shining minerals beneath. The air is sharp and carries the scent of incense and wild herbs, where the silence is absolute, broken only by the chanting of monks and the tolling of distant bells. It is a vertical world of stone and prayer that has served as a sacred sanctuary for over 1,000 years. The myths of Juhua speak of the Prince of Silla, Kim Gyu-gak, who traveled to these peaks to seek a life of total meditation. He sought to liberate all souls from suffering, binding his spirit to the stone until the very foundation of the mountain shifted under the weight of his merit. However, The shadows of the underworld rose to challenge his resolve, trying to pull his physical vessel back into the cycle of desire. The conflict was a war for the ultimate liberation of the heart against the void. This absolute devotion petrified the spirit of mercy into the mountain's heart. When the prince passed, his body did not decay, becoming a flesh-bodied Buddha, petrified in a state of eternal watchfulness. The jagged peaks are believed to be the petrified remains of his celestial visions, forever guarding the secrets of the Dharma. Each golden roof clinging to the cliffs is a fragment of a divine vow, forever supporting the weight of a nation's faith while guarding the energy of the deep and dark abyss at dawn. As the first light strikes the golden temples, Juhua glows with a radiant and supernatural intensity against the blue sky. The mist rising from Theveles appears like the breath of ancient gods still guarding the sacred slopes. This altar of earth offers a meditation on the power of faith and the cost of enlightenment. It reminds us that our greatest heights are reached through the ultimate surrender. To stand here is to face the absolute power of a world that remains sacred. In the vertical heart of Sichuan, Juhaigu rises as a structural masterpiece of turquoise lakes and travertine waterfalls. Geologically, it is a karst landscape sculpted by millions of years of mineral deposits and tectonic shifts. The Noraling and Pearl Shoal waterfalls drop over sheer cliffs of prehistoric stone, creating a landscape of liquid magnitude. The air is cool and fragrant with pine resin, where the silence is obliterated by the constant roar of the falling river. It is a world where the earth reveals its fluid muscles to the sky. The Tibetan myths speak of the god Dage and the goddess Wanasemo, who shared a love as pure as the high snow. Legend tells of a magic mirror made of clouds and wind that Dage gave to his beloved to reflect the beauty of the mountains. Conflict arose when a malevolent demon king, seeking to claim the goddess for himself, attacked the lovers in a jealous rage. During the violent struggle in the sky, the mirror was knocked from the goddess's hand and fell toward the abyss. The shattered mirror did not vanish. It petrified into the 108 turquoise lakes and waterfalls that define the region today. Each pool is believed to be a fragment of the goddess's divine heart, forever reflecting the sky in a state of terminal and sacred grace. The waterfalls are the spirit's petrified breath cascading over the stone to protect the land from the return of the shadows. The landscape is not just land. It is a manifestation of a spirit that turned destruction into paradise. At sunrise, Jujahegu turns into a world of liquid jewels and silver mist. The reflection of the colorful forests in the water creates a spectral twin of the season, connecting the physical earth to the fluid void of the deep. This shattered mirror offers a meditation on the power of transformation and the resilience of beauty. It reminds us that our greatest tragedies can become our most breathtaking legacies. To stand by the falls is to realize that the earth preserves the stories of its creators. Nestled at an altitude of 2,700 meters on the border of Yunnan and Sichuan, Lugu Lake is a spectacular sapphire basin surrounded by jagged limestone peaks. Geologically, it is an alpine fault lake, its water exceptionally clear and deep, reaching 70 meters into the Earth's crust. The air is cool and fragrant with wild azaleas, where the silence is absolute, broken only by the rhythmic splash of the pig boats. It is the mother lake of the Masuo people, a high-altitude sanctuary of ancient and matriarchal mystery. The local lore tells of the goddess Jumu, whose beauty enchanted the spirits of the high peaks. Legend speaks of a conflict between her divine heart and a wandering male spirit who abandoned her at the break of dawn. Her grief was so absolute that it petrified her body into the Jimu mountain that guards the shore. As she wept for her lost love, her tears filled the valley, creating the deep blue waters of the lake. This was a war against isolation, leaving the earth scarred with a reservoir of sorrow. This tragedy petrified the goddess's longing into the liquid landscape. The reflection of Jemu Mountain in the water is believed to be the spirit's petrified gaze, forever watching for a return that will never come. Each drop of water is a fragment of a royal memory, forever cooling the parched earth in a state of terminal and sacred grace. The lake is not just water. It is a manifestation of a spirit that used the fluid energy of the basin to preserve the memory of a love that refused to be forgotten. Under the silver light of a full moon, Lugu Lake looks like a portal to another dimension. The reflection of the stars in the water, Dao Nenmi True, connects the physical soil to the celestial void. This emerald tear offers a meditation on the power of grief and the resilience of the feminine spirit. It reminds us that our worlds are often shaped by the tears of the ancients. To stand on the shore is to face the absolute power of a world that remains tranquil and divine. Rising 3,700 meters in the heart of Kangding. Mujekyu is a high-altitude glacial lake defined by its white sands and vertical granite cliffs. Geologically, it is a product of tectonic uplift and glacial erosion. Its basin held by ancient stone walls that have endured millions of years of extreme cold. The air is biting and dry, carrying the scent of wild herbs and frozen minerals, where the silence is a physical weight. It is a world of vertical magnitude where Earth reveals its raw, skeletal muscles to the freezing winds under the watching stars. The local legends speak of the wild man of the peaks, a massive spirit of the heights who sought to protect the sacred springs from the greed of man. Legend tells of a conflict between his primordial rage and a celestial maiden, who sought to tame his soul with a single drop of divine nectar. The maiden wove the clouds into a silver veil to bind the spirit, but the conflict shattered the mountain heart, leaving the valley flooded with his tears of terminal frustration. The lake is believed to be the spirit's petrified and absolute longing for freedom. This struggle petrified the energy of the wild into the sapphire water. The white sands along the shore are seen as the petrified remains of the maiden's silver veil, forever anchoring the spirit to the soil. Each ripple on the surface is a fragment of his roar, forever cooling the land in a state of terminal and sacred grace. The lake is not just water. It is a manifestation of a spirit that used the cold to preserve the sacred purity of the earth's blood from the shadows of time. The stone remains a silent and holy and eternal guardian. Under the indigo sky of a mountain night, Nujakyu looks like a portal to another dimension. The reflection of the snow peaks creates a spectral twin in the water, connecting the physical earth to the fluid void of the deep. This mirror offers a meditation on the nature of untamed energy and the power of surrender. It reminds us that even the wildest spirits must eventually find peace within the stone. To stand on the shore is to face the absolute power of the world where time is lost in the roar of the silent wind. Rising abruptly from the floor of Jackson Hole at 4,199 meters, the Grand Teton is a vertical masterpiece of ancient granite. Geologically, it is a tectonic giant pushed upward by the Teton Fault over 10 million years, featuring jagged peaks that lack foothills. The air is sharp and carries the scent of sagebrush and cold stone, where the silence is absolute. It is a vertical wilderness where the earth reveals its raw muscles to the sun in a state of terminal and absolute magnitude. Under the watching and holy stars, the Shoshone people tell of the Sky Father who tried to lift the mountains to touch moon during a celestial battle between the fire and the ice. Legend says the earth resisted, trying to keep the stone bound to the underworld. The conflict was a war for the ultimate verticality of the world, leaving the landscape scarred with the jagged remains of the struggle. The peaks are believed to be the petrified reaching of the giants who tried to climb to the stars, forever frozen in their state of terminal defiance against the weight of the ancient and sacred soil. This sacrifice petrified the spirit of the hunter into the granite summits. The glaciers are seen as the spirit's cold memories, forever cooling the parched stone of the mountain heart. Each jagged ridge is a fragment of an ancient prayer, forever reaching for the sky while anchoring the roots in the prehistoric soil. The mountain is not just land. It is a manifestation of a spirit that refused to be leveled by the hands of time. The stone remains a silent and eternal guardian of the high and sacred and hidden alpine valleys. And the wind dot in the volcanic heart of East Java. Koa Ijen rises as a terrifying masterpiece of electric blue fire and sulfuric clouds. Geologically, it is an active caldera containing the world's largest highly acidic lake, where the water is a haunting shade of turquoise. The air is thick and biting, smelling of rotten eggs and molten minerals. Here, the earth bleeds pure liquid sulfur which ignites upon contact with the air, creating a spectral neon fire that burns with an inner and supernatural intense in the dark. It is a terrain of absolute and chemical beauty. The Javanese legends speak of the fire demon and the water queen who fought for control of the mountain's heart. Legend says the demon tried to poison the world with his yellow blood, but the queen transformed her sorrow into the turquoise lake to drown his rage. The conflict was a war between the destructive heat of the underworld and the cooling grace of the sky. The demon was bound within the crater, his screams turning into the blue flames that dance upon the rock during the dead of night, forever trapped in a cycle of beautiful destruction. This absolute transformation petrified the sulfur into the demon's pain. The blue fire is believed to be his spirit, still trying to burn through the water, forever signaling his defiance. The miners who climb the slopes are seen as the modern pilgrims of this inferno, carrying the yellow stones that are the fragments of a broken and ancient curse. The lake is not just water. It is a reservoir of chemical grief where the earth reveals its raw muscles to the misty winds. The stone remains a silent witness to the fire that refuses to be completely quenched. At midnight, Kawula Gen looks like a portal to another dimension. The blue fire reflects off the sulfuric clouds in a haunting and spectral glow, reflecting the souls of the brave who navigate the abyss. This sapphire inferno offers a meditation on the nature of pain and the beauty of resilience. It reminds us that even in the most toxic environments, light can find a way to shine. To stand at the edge is to face the absolute power of the volcanic earth, where the fire still roars in the silent, dark under the stars. Standing 1,345 meters tall, Ben Nevis is the highest point in the British Isles, a remnant of an ancient volcano that collapsed on itself millions of years ago. Geologically, the summit is composed of light-colored granite and dark volcanic rocks, shaped by millions of years of glacial erosion and the harsh Atlantic weather. The air is heavy with moisture and the scent of damp moss, where the silence is broken only by the cry of eagles. It is a vertical wilderness of scree and stone that holds the cold secrets of the north. The Gaelic legends speak of the Cailleach, the queen of winter, who ruled the peaks with an iron staff. Legend says she would wash her blue cloak in the nearby waters, bringing the frost and snow to the valleys below to maintain her absolute and frozen rule. The conflict arose when the spirit of spring tried to reclaim the land, leading to a war of the seasons that shook the very foundations of the mountain. She fought to keep the world in a state of eternal sleep, using the ice as her absolute weapon against the light. This struggle petrified the Winter Queen's army into the jagged ridges of the summit. The bodies of the giants who fought for the Winter Queen were turned to stone when they were touched by the first rays of the spring sun, leaving the mountain scarred with their silent and failed rebellion. Each fallen boulder is a fragment of that original battle, forever trapped in the gray shale. The mountain did not fall. It merely hardened its heart against the warmth, preserving the cold for all eternity. The stone remains a silent witness to a battle for the ultimate soul. Rising 1,700 meters in the Gangwon province, Seoraksan Mountain is a dramatic masterpiece of granite massifs and vertical cliffs. Known for its snowy peaks that remain white for much of the year, it features the Ulsanbawi Rock, a formation of 6 summits. Geologically, it is composed of ancient Precambrian gneiss and Mesozoic granite, sculpted by millions of years of extreme weather. The air is sharp and carries the scent of pine and incense, where thessalence is broken only by the wind. It is a landscape of spiritual magnitude where the stone reveals its bones. The local folklore speaks of the Ulsanbawi rock, which was once a wandering spirit searching for the most beautiful mountain in Korea. Legend says the rock traveled from the city of Ulsan to join the Kumgangsan Mountains for a divine assembly of peaks. The conflict arose when the rock arrived too late and was forced to settle in Seoraksan, petrified by the disappointment of missing the celestial gathering. Each peak is believed to be a fragment of that original journey, forever frozen in a state of turmoil, longing for a beauty it could never reach. Dominating the Karakoram, at 8,611 meters, Mount Godwin Austen, or K2, is a perfect pyramid of granite and ice. Geologically, it is a tectonic giant pushed upward by the collision of continents, a vertical wasteland where gravity is absolute. The air is frigid and thin, vibrating with a silence that feels hostile. It is the Savage Mountain, a landscape of extreme altitude where the earth touches the void. The stone is black and unforgiving, hidden beneath a permanent shroud of shifting snow. It is a world where the earth reveals its raw muscles to the indigo sky. Local legends speak of the throne of the gods, a place where the spirits of the high peaks gather to judge the souls of men. Whispers say the mountain has a sentient hunger for those who approach with vanity rather than prayer. The tragedy of K2 is found in the bottleneck, a narrow passage where many have met their end in the cold. The conflict was a war between human biology and the crushing power of the eternal winter that rules the high summit. The mountain spirits demand absolute respect, petrifying the dreams of those who failed to listen to the wind. This absolute judgment petrified the fallen into the mountain's spine. The bodies of the vanished are believed to have fused with the stone, becoming part of the sentinel's body to warn future intruders. The black granite is said to absorb the blood of those who fall, turning the rock into a dark reservoir of lost ambition. The mountain does not grant glory. It only offers a terminal and silent embrace. Each drop of dew is a fragment of a spirit's final breath, forever cooling the parched stone of the mountain heart. The mountain remains a manifestation of a spirit that refused to be tamed. Standing 2,864 meters tall, Mount Triglav is the jagged heart of the Julian Alps. Geologically, it is a massive limestone block sculpted by ancient glaciers and tectonic pressure over millions of years. The air is sharp and carries the scent of mountain pine and cold minerals. Its peaks represent a vertical connection between the earth, the sky, and the underworld. The silence is broken only by the cry of golden eagles circling the high and sacred stone that holds the clouds. The local myths center on Zlatorug, a white chamois with golden horns that guarded the hidden gardens of the mountain. A greedy hunter, seeking treasure to win a woman's heart, shot the sacred beast against the laws of the wild. This betrayal sparked a divine rage that shook the foundations of the peaks as the blood of Zlatorog stained the white snow. A magical flower bloomed from the spot, granting the beast eternal life, while the earth trembled with the absolute anger of the ancients. Zlatorog destroyed the mountain paradise in his fury, turning the fertile slopes into the rugged limestone wasteland seen today. The hunter was led to his death over a sheer precipice by the ghost of his own avarice. The golden horns are believed to be hidden within the highest summit, petrified in its state of eternal protection. The mountain remains a monument to the cost of greed. The stone is a manifestation of a spirit that punishes human and mortal arrogance. Rising 3,967 meters, the Eiger is a limestone fortress of sheer shadow. Its north face stands 1,800 meters high, a dark slab of ice that defies the sun. Geologically, it is a vertical museum of ancient shale and tectonic pressure, sculpted by millions of years of alpine erosion. The air is thin and biting, carrying the mineral scent of the heights. It is a geological predator, a vertical abyss that has swallowed the dreams and lives of men. Legends speak of the Eiger as a hungry ogre guarding the high passes. Whispers say the mountain has a sentient hunger for those who approach with vanity rather than absolute respect. The tragedy unfolded when climbers like Tony Kurz were trapped on the icy face, their cries lost in the winter winds. The conflict was a battle against the cruelty of an indifferent giant that refused to offer mercy to the mortal intruders who sought its cold and forbidden and sacred summit under the sky. The struggle ended in a petrification of hope, where bodies were left suspended against the rock. They became part of the landscape, frozen hosts within the wall. The mountain killed them with the absolute absence of warmth. Every jagged ledge is a scar from this battle, where human spirit is ground into the very dust of the limestone. The stone is a tomb for the brave, forever marking the point where the world of men ends and the void begins. At dusk, the Eiger glows with a spectral light. The ice reflects stars like the eyes of a beast waiting for a soul. This peak offers a chilling meditation on the vanity of conquest. It reminds us that nature is the ultimate and silent judge of our ambition. To stand here is to face the terrifying power of the world where silence is the only eternal truth under the stars. In the dark, the Eiger remains a predator of time. Rising 8,586 meters, Kanchenjunga is the third highest mountain and a sacred fortress of the Himalayas. Geologically, it is a massive granitic massif consisting of 5 peaks shaped by tectonic pressure and glacial activity. The air is thin and sharp, carrying the scent of ancient snow and frozen stone. It is a world of vertical ice and high-altitude desert where the mountains act as a bridge between the physical earth and the celestial realm of the stars. The local Tibetan and Sikkimese legends speak of the 5 treasures of snow representing the repositories of God. Legend tells of a conflict between mountain spirits and the demons of greed who tried to plunder the sacred jewels from the summits. The battle shook the heavens, leaving the peak scarred with divine lightning. This struggle was a war for the purity of the world, resulting in a curse of eternal ice that guards the treasures from human hands. The mountain demands total reverence. This divine decree petrified the divine horde into the very heart of the stone. Each peak contains gold, silver, gems, grain, and holy books forever out of reach. The jagged ice walls are the shields of the guardians, forever watching for those who seek the summit with vanity. The silent glaciers are the guardians of the sacred silence, slowly flowing as they erase the footprints of any who dare to disturb the peace of the high sanctuary. The stone remains a silent and holy guardian. Rising from the emerald depths of Chonbuk, Cheolan Lake is a structural hallucination of limestone karsts. Geologically, it is a vast reservoir formed by the Ratchaprapha Dam, swallowing an ancient rainforest that had breathed for 160 million years. The air is warm and heavy with wild jasmine, where the silence is broken only by the cry of gibbons. It is a vertical world of stone islands that hide a prehistoric and drowned kingdom beneath the turquoise mirror. Local whispers tell of the original mountain king who guarded the sacred valleys from human greed. Legend says that when the waters rose to claim the land, the spirits of the forest refused to leave, binding their souls to the ancient trees. The conflict was a war between modern progress and the primal sanctity of the earth. The flood did not destroy the life. It merely transformed it into a spectral and aquatic sanctuary where the dead trees still stand as silent witnesses. The wood became the ghost trees that haunt the lake floor in absolute petrification. These skeletal remains are believed to be the petrified limbs of the forest guardians, forever anchored in the lightless void. Every ripple on the surface is a sigh from the abyss, a rhythmic reminder of the price paid for energy. The stone peaks do not just stand. They watch the water with the indifferent eyes of those who remember the world before the dam. The water remains a cold tomb. Tumbling 128 meters down the basalt cliffs, Hengefas is a geological ledger of the planet's violent history. The waterfall is famous for its striking horizontal layers of red clay sandwiched between thick volcanic rock. These stripes are paleosols, ancient soils formed millions of years ago. The air is sharp and carries the scent of minerals, where the ground vibrates with the relentless force of the falling river, cutting through the Earth's skeletal remains. It is a place of raw elemental power. Local myths speak of a fire giant who tried to steal the cold breath of the north to cool his burning heart. He carved Thekenyon with a massive sword, but the mountain spirits fought back by turning his stolen heat into red clay. The conflict was a war between the molten core of Thule and the icy silence of the sky. The giant's blood is said to have stained the rock forever, creating the crimson bands that bleed through the black basalt in a state of terminal agony. This divine battle petrified the giant screams into the strata of the canyon walls. Each red layer is a fragment of a lost era, forever trapped under the weight of the volcanic stone. The waterfall is believed to be the tears of the mountain spirits, weeping for the ancient violence that shaped the landscape. The jagged edges of the cliffs are the marks of the giant's sword, petrified in their state of sudden separation. The canyon is a repository of geological grief. Under the gray light of an Icelandic storm, Hengifoss looks like an open wound on the skin of the earth. The red layers glow with an eerie intensity against the dark stone, reflecting the inner pain of the planet. This waterfall offers a meditation on the nature of history and the permanence of change. It reminds us that our world is built upon layers of sacrifice and tectonic shifts. To stand before the falls is to witness the slow erosion of time. Perched in the Canadian Rockies, Abraham Lake is an artificial reservoir that conceals a spectacular and haunting phenomenon. During winter, thousands of white methane bubbles become trapped in the ice, looking like suspended jewels or frozen spirits under a blue glass sky. Geologically, it was created by the Bighorn Dam in 1972, but the bacteria beneath the surface have their own prehistoric rhythm. The air is biting and dry, carrying the scent of pine, where the silence is broken only by the tectonic groans of the mountains. The local legends speak of the Windwalker, a powerful spirit that travels between the peaks and the deep waters. Legend tells of a tribal chief who tried to capture the wind within a jar of obsidian to power his people through a long winter. The conflict arose when the Windwalker refused to be bound by man, turning the chief's breath into ice as he tried to speak his final command. The bubbles we see today are believed to be the trapped prayers of those who sought to control nature. Each bubble became a fragment of a lost voice in a moment of absolute containment. They are forever caught under the ice in a state of terminal and silent reaching for the surface. The mountain spirits use the cold to preserve the warning, turning the lake into a spectral gallery of failed ambition. The cracking sound of the shifting ice is seen as the earth trying to speak, a rhythmic reminder of the power of the elements that remain untamed by human hands. The lake is a frozen memory. At sunset, the lake reflects the orange glow of the peaks, while the ice glows with an inner and spectral light. The bubbles look like a galaxy caught in a glass floor, a beautiful and terrifying cage for a deadly gas dot this frozen breath offers, a meditation on the nature of ambition and the cost of our reach. It reminds us that our greatest constructions often trap forces we don't fully understand. To stand on the ice is to walk upon a mirror of desires. Carving 42 kilometers through the rugged granite of southern Norway. The Lysefjord is a dramatic masterpiece of glacial erosion. Its most famous feature is Preikestolen, or Pulpit Rock, which rises 604 meters above the deep blue water. Geologically, the fjord was formed by massive glaciers during the Thellist Ice Age. leaving behind vertical walls of prehistoric granite and hanging valleys. The air is cool and silent, vibrating with the energy of the deep water and the ancient stone foundations. It is a place of absolute beauty. The Old Norse legends speak of the conflict between the god, Odin, and the frost giants who tried to build a barrier to the sea. Legend says the god used his hammer to split the mountains, creating the narrow passage for the water to flow. The conflict was a war for the freedom of the fjords, leaving the landscape scarred but beautiful. The pulpit rock is believed to be the petrified remains of a giant's throne, frozen in time when he dared to challenge the authority of the high gods. The vertical cliffs became the marks of the divine hammer in a moment of absolute separation. The silence of the water is the giant's final breath, captured forever within the walls of the granite canyon. This landscape is a record of a celestial struggle to reclaim the earth from the shadows of the ice giants. The fjord is not just a geological void. It is a monument to the power of light and water to breach the strongest barriers of ancient and cold stone. The rock remains a silent witness under the soft blue light of a winter twilight. The Lysefjord looks like a mirror of the cosmos, reflecting the mountains and sky in a perfect symmetry. The stillness is absolute, broken only by the distant splash of a waterfall. This light cathedral offers a meditation on the power of persistence and the nature of sanctuary. It reminds us that even the most formidable barriers can be breached by the constant flow of life. To stand at the edge is to realize we live in the shadows of giants. On the southern coast of Iceland, Reynisfjara Beach is a haunting landscape of black volcanic sand and massive basalt columns known as gardar. These hexagonal pillars were formed by the rapid cooling of lava, creating a natural cathedral against the Atlantic waves. Off the shore, the Reynisdrangar sea stacks rise like jagged teeth from the dark water. Geologically, it is a place of extreme coastal erosion and volcanic power, where the air is heavy with sea salt and the constant roar of the unpredictable sneaker waves. Local lore tells of two trolls who tried to drag a three-masted ship to the shore during the night. They were caught in a conflict with the approaching dawn as they struggled to complete their task before the sun rose. The trolls were turned to stone by the first rays of light, becoming the jagged sea stacks that stand in the ocean today. Legend says the wind howling through the basalt columns is the trolls' final screams of frustration. The black sand is the ashes of their failed ambition. This moment of judgment petrified the history of the trolls into the stone columns. Each basalt pillar is a frozen moment of failure, forever anchored in the sand as a monument to the power of time over the supernatural. The sea stacks are seen as the spirits petrified shadows, watching the world with an indifferent clarity that defies the modern world. The beach is not just land. It is a manifestation of a spirit that was petrified by the light. The tides are the sea trying to reclaim the stone. Under a moonlit winter night, the beach looks like a graveyard of giants. The white surf contrasting sharply with the deep black sand. The basalt columns appear like skeletal fingers reaching out of the earth to grab the sky. This black sansero offers a meditation on the nature of failure and the permanence of judgment. It reminds us that time is an indifferent judge, freezing our greatest efforts into stone. To stand on Rhinus Fiara is to realize we are small against the dark forces of the world. Rising like a jagged spine at the southern tip of Africa, the Cape of Good Hope is a dramatic threshold where two oceans meet in eternal collision. Geologically, it consists of ancient Table Mountain sandstone and granite, shaped by millions of years of extreme coastal erosion and the highest winds on the planet. The air is frigid and saturated with white foam, carrying the scent of sea salt and wild finbows. It is a vertical wilderness of sheer cliffs that hold the cold secrets of the vast and absolute and dark Atlantic. The local maritime legends speak of Adamastor, a giant storm spirit who was cursed by the gods to guard the edge of the world. He was a creature of pure rage, tasked with stopping any explorer who dared to breach the gates of the East. Adamastor would summon massive waves to crush the wooden ships, demanding a soul for every vessel that crossed his realm. This was a war between human ambition and the primal wrath of the elements that ruled the deep and ancient and silent abyss. The giant eventually fused into the stone, his body becoming the very promontory that sailors feared for centuries. The jagged rocks of the cape are believed to be his shattered bones, petrified in the freezing spray of the eternal gales. Every winter storm is his violent breath, a roar of frustration that vibrates through the dark stone. The white surf is the ghost of his fallen rivals, forever washed by the tides in a state of beautiful and absolute loss. He remains the silent guardian of the edge. Under the orange glow of a winter sunset, the cape looks like a phantom ship drifting through time. The white foam reflects the light in a spectral glow against the dark stone, connecting the earth to the fluid void of the deep blue water. This edge of the world offers a meditation on the nature of courage and the power of destiny. It reminds us that our journeys are defined by the barriers we overcome. To stand here is to face the absolute power of the sea under the stars. These places, from the highest peaks to the deepest caves, from the burning deserts to the frozen glaciers, remind us that our world is full of wonders we have yet to fully understand. They challenge our perception of reality and invite us to explore the unknown. Whether driven by science, legend, or pure curiosity, the journey to these places is a journey into the heart of the earth itself. They are the memories of the planet, written in stone, ice, and water, waiting for us to read them. As we continue to explore, let us remember to tread lightly, to respect the sanctity of these places, and to keep the spirit of wonder alive. For in these hidden corners of the world, we find not just beauty, but a reflection of our own humanity, small yet significant in the vast tapestry of existence. The adventure never ends. There is always another horizon, another mystery, another miracle waiting to be discovered. Let us go forth with open eyes and open hearts, ready to embrace the magic of our incredible planet.